41 NASCAR drivers have been coming to Hickory, North Carolina to seek fame and fortune. Many have found it. Curtis Turner, David Pearson have battled here, so has Richard Petty, and the great Ned Jarrett. Today, another hometown hero returns to where he cut his racing teeth.
Yeah, I started my career here a number of years ago, as did my dad, my brother Glenn, Dale Earnhardt, Bobby Isaac, a lot of people. Good to be back here and looking forward to the race.
Dale Jarrett received a hero's welcome today, but this is no longer his turf. It belongs to the stars of the Busch Grand National Series. And to beat them today, Dale Jarrett and the other Winston Cup drivers have their work cut out for them. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hickory, North Carolina. I'm Mike Joy alongside Neil Bonnet. It's a bad hair day at Hickory. The wind is really wreaking havoc with this beautiful day of sunshine. This place, Hickory, long been known as a great short track, and the Busch Grand National drivers hope to retake control of their series from the Winston Cuppers that have been winning all but the one race so far, Neil.
Mike, that's kind of unique. Usually we see the Busch guys in the last few years able to handle these Winston Cup guys. As you say, they've won one race this year, but now they're back at this short track. Hopefully we can see the Busch guys step up the pace. This is their background. The Busch guys run here all the time. Winston Cup don't even race on this size track, so hopefully the Busch guys will be back on top again.
Well, that theory worked fine until about an hour ago when a Winston Cup regular put his car on the pole. Let's meet him with Glenn Jarrett.
Well, Mike, Ernie Irvin doesn't run too awfully many of these NASCAR short track races. He brought a car here that he said was very good during the race, but it didn't really qualify that well. Were you surprised when you set this thing on the pole, Ernie?
Well, I kind of was. You know, this car usually races really good, but usually doesn't qualify all that great. And, you know, it's a racetrack we haven't been at a lot. And we're kind of working on just making it real fast for the race and see if we can get it to finish the race.
Well, you've got a hard-charging style. Is that what it's going to take to stay out front here in Hickory all day?
Well, you know, these Busch guys run awful hard, and, you know, it's just going to take one of those deals to get out there and run in the top 5 or 6 all day and just stay out of trouble with this Kodak Film Chevrolet.
Well, best of luck to you, Mike. Keep your eye on this yellow number 4.
Thanks, Glenn. Neil, they had a lot of rain here last night. It kind of greened up the racetrack. Hickory's long been known as a beat and bang and bump and run kind of racetrack, and it should be a pretty good equalizer between the Busch and the Winston Cup drivers here today.
Mike, anytime we come to this racetrack, even the car that wins the race is pretty well used up. In these tight confines of this track, you're going to see a little pushing and shoving. It's just that breed of racing and that type, and I think that's what makes the Busch Series so strong, door to door and rough and shove, and we're going to see some of that today.
And it's even up on the front row. Ernie Irvin, a Winston Cup regular and a former Busch champions, right alongside. Here's Glenn.
Well, Chuck Bound is a past winner here at Hickory. He knows his way around this place. I can't think of many people in the field that have more short track experience than you do, Chuck. It's been a long time since you've seen Victory Lane. Is today the day?
Well, I certainly hope it is, Glenn. I don't know. 300 laps here is a long ways, and a little bit of luck can go a long way. My car's running good. I'm excited about the race. We're going to get everything we have, but, you know, you just got to have a little bit of luck. Mainly just don't have any bad luck. That's the key.
What about this yellow number 4? You got something for him?
He's going to be tough. I followed that car a couple of times last year. That particular race car is pretty strong.
Chuck Bound's pretty strong on the short tracks, too.
Let's take a look at what's happened the last couple of weeks in the Busch Series with a Haviland update.
2 weeks ago, Robert Presley took the checkered flag at Darlington, winning the Mark III Vans 200 and over $20,000. Last week, Mike Waltrip won $12,000 at Bristol and a bigger prize. He proposed to girlfriend Buffy in Victory Lane. She accepted. In his bid to become the first repeat series champion since 1987, Joe Nemechek finished 22nd at Darlington and 5th at Bristol. Rookie of the Year contender Hermie Sadler in number 25 had his best finish at Bristol, winding up 6th and widening his rookie lead on Roy Payne and moving up into 6th overall in the Busch Series points. Here's the top 5. David Green leads by 40. Robert Presley 14 points ahead of Joe Nemechek in 3rd. He has 7 on Steve Grissom, who's 52 points ahead of Terry Labonte. Exclusive coverage of the Mountain Dew 400 on the Nashville Network is brought to you by Mountain Dew. Get vertical with Mountain Dew. By Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car. And by Smooth Busch Beer and easy drinking Busch Light.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
The voice of Ned Jarrett, great champion here at Hickory as well as in NASCAR's Grand National Division. As the cars come to life down on pit road, Neil, they look so beautiful and pristine here. Not for long.
It's kind of like Easter eggs, but they're going to crack these about like they will Sunday, too.
I'm with you. Let's look at the Sears Die-Hard starting grid. Die-Hard, more power when you need it most. On the pole, Ernie Irvan. Alongside is Chuck Bound in a Pontiac. Mike Wallace has the third starting spot in an Olds. Mark Martin's Ford right alongside. Jack Sprague brings his Chevrolet to row 3 next to Bobby Dotter from Chicago. In row 4, Butch Miller from Michigan and Ricky Craven from Maine. In the 5th row, New York State's Todd Bodine and Jeff Burton from Virginia. Defending Busch champ Joe Nemechek is 11th. Jeff Green is 12th. Inside of row 7 is the rookie Hermie Sadler and Dale Jarrett, the Daytona 500 champion. In row number 8, Tom Peck in the SK Tools car and Tommy Houston, the hometown hero. Shauna Robinson in her Chevrolet from Iowa and Jim Bound from Oregon in row 9. In the 10th row, Bobby Hamilton from Tennessee and Richard Lassiter from Arkansas. Robert Presley, only Busch driver regular to win this year so far, and rookie Jason Keller. Joe Bessie from Maine and Steve Grissom out of Alabama. Virginia's Ward Burton starts 25th. Tommy Sigmund is 26th. Then Tracy Leslie and Jimmy Cope from Florida. Final row. David Green, the point leader, gets in on a provisional, as does Rodney Combs in a Ford. Ernie Irvan in yellow in the Kodak Oldsmobile. Shifts a gear. Chuck Bound comes right with him in the Pontiac. Irvan will lead out of turn 2, and Bound drops in line in 2nd. Mike Wallace is 3rd. Mark Martin is 4th, and that's Jack Sprague underneath Mark Martin.
We see Mark Martin hung on the outside. Early in this race, that inside line is going to be the place to be. We'll see Mark try to get over on the inside lane. There we are. Mark's car seems to cut over as quick as he can behind that car, but he still hung out just a little bit.
Neil, what's that feel like the first couple of times you slide into the corner on cold tires?
It feels like this thing will not turn, and sometimes it will not. It's just a matter of slip and slide until the heat comes in the car.
Irvan the leader, Bound in 2nd. Mike Wallace, Jack Sprague, Mark Martin. And then the DeWalt Tools car for Bobby Dotter, that yellow car. They've got a lot of folks here today at Hickory. There's Dotter trying to hold off the challenge of Ricky Craven in the DuPont car.
On a track this size, the key is when you get that nose stuck up beside him, you've got to make sure that other guy gives you that lane, or you're going to wrinkle the fenders up. We'll see all day long people testing each other. Is he going to give me some room, or have I got to make room?
Now just behind that group, there's Dotter. Ricky Craven is there. Butch Miller has the inside on Craven, got a nose under, but that was it in the 75 car. Keeps trying the bottom. Todd Bodine right behind him in the Fiddle Faddle car, 34. There's Butch Miller carrying the Food Country colors. Keeps trying the bottom out of turn 4.
Yeah, well, right now, the 99 car, Rick Craven is really running all over the back of Bobby Dotter. He's bumped him in the rear a few times, coming up off turn 4, and when he does, Butch Miller almost runs over him, so giving a little bit of a chain reaction going up off of that corner.
This battle is for 6th place. Now Craven look to dive underneath Dotter going in the corner. Nothing there.
I tell you, when you're driving on one of these things, Mike, you'll say, hey, don't do that to me again. Don't pinch me off. Here we see him take a look. Saws off. Dotter certainly got the right to get down that inside, but the driver there, we see the 99 bump him up off the corner. He broke the car loose enough to get up under him.
Craven gets the spot. Here comes Butch Miller. Can Dotter get back in line? He's the 7th place car now, and he does hold off Butch Miller for the moment.
There we see Butch Miller get tapped in the rear up off the corner. In a track like this, you make a commitment and stand in the throttle, and you're hoping the other guy makes that same move. If he does not hit the throttle, you're just going to bust him in the rear, and it's going to happen all day. After it's all over, you might say, excuse me, but most times you don't.
A little further to the front, Neil. Mark Martin battling now with Jack Sprague. Sprague takes the outside route. This is for 4th place.